Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Look, man, it's over, Floyd Mayweather. People, as much as you all like Floyd Mayweather, we know what he did when he was boxing professionally. He was active, arguably probably the best technician to lace up a pair of gloves. The things he was able to do in the ring is really beyond comprehension. So you got to give him his respect, okay? But that's not what I'm here to talk about. There's enough videos out there of people praising Floyd Mayweather and talking about his accolades. And he deserves every bit of praise that he receives, okay? But I'm telling you, as far as the exhibition, it's over for Floyd. And I'm gonna tell you why it's over. When you look at when he first started, right? You look at that exhibition against Logan Paul. That was a huge event. Real money was made, right? But I'm gonna tell you all this. There's something Floyd Mayweather learned in that fight. There's something he learned in the Deji fight. There's something he learned when he went to Japan to fight, and that I forgot the title of the individual who came in the ring and threw the flowers on the ground, right? But there's some things Floyd Mayweather learned from that. And when you look at what's going on today, and something Floyd Mayweather said, I said, you know what, this man, it's over. It's not going to last much longer. Now, let's go back to what happened here with Logan Paul. Huge fight, got in there. Logan Paul, 6'2", 6'3", Floyd Mayweather, 5'7", 5'8", whatever. About a 5 or 6 difference in height, right? 5 or 6 inch difference in height. Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. This is what some people don't understand. Floyd wasn't able to land any jabs on Logan Paul. He landed 7 of like 14, 15 that he attempted throughout the 8 rounds of the fight. Now, Logan Paul, of course, is a lot younger, 42 pounds heavier. There's just a lot of things that Floyd isn't going to be able to do against someone that much bigger, no matter how skillful Floyd is, right? But what he realized there is like, okay, me doing these exhibitions against, in a freak show type situation, right, it's probably not conducive to me not taking damage. Because I don't care what you say. When you have someone who's 6'2", right, weighing 215 pounds, 20 pounds or whatever, right, they're hitting you. You feel that. Now, Floyd Mayweather, right, something else that happened from that, right? So I think he realized, okay, I can't go into these freak shows because these guys are really trying to win. It's an exhibition. We're not really trying to take each other's heads off. But I honestly feel, although Floyd, typical, tomfoolery in the ring against Logan Paul, but Floyd Mayweather was in the ring, and I think he was fighting for his life. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, when you look at what happened there, Logan Paul was really trying to hurt him. And that's not what Floyd wants, right? He didn't take a lot of punishment as a pro. He definitely doesn't want to take punishment while he's doing these exhibitions. So now you look at, after that fight, Logan Paul obviously doesn't understand the pay-per-view model. There's been a lot of talk about pay-per-view payouts, where Logan Paul is saying, look, I haven't received my money, all of my money from that fight. Was talking about suing Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather saying, look, he just doesn't understand the payout process. He'll get his money. I'm still getting money from fights from years ago, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even understand that pay-per-view payout. I'm trying to understand it, but I don't understand it, and I need someone to help me with that. Because even I can't understand why you can have a fight today and 3, 4, 5 years down the road, you're still getting your money from the pay-per-view. Yo, I can't understand that. But that's why I need somebody to educate me on it. So then you look at after that Logan Paul fight, right? With Floyd Mayweather. It was a couple fights, but then let's just go to the one where he was over there in Japan, and that guy who was I can't remember the title of the individual who came in the ring, but he had the flowers, and he just threw them on the ground. Now, it almost looked WWE-ish. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't, what I'm going to tell you is, with Floyd Mayweather, let me tell you, I don't care who you are. Man, nobody wants to get treated like that. You know what I mean? I understand the money. I understand he's like, whatever, I don't care. And to be honest with you, I don't know who's more ridiculous when it comes to money, him or Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn, like I always say, a person can spit on Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn will get mad the next day if somebody comes with $100 million deal. Eddie Hearn will be he'll brush off the fact that someone spit on him, and he'll go and work with him because it's $100 million on the table. I don't think Floyd Mayweather will quite go that far. But he'll take some abuse as long as he's getting paid. But I know for a fact, that bothers him. With everything he's accomplished in boxing, that's why he talks so much about it. It's not that he's proud, which I'm not saying he's not proud. But what I'm saying is when he speaks about his accomplishments, he's not doing that because he's proud. It's because he's still, I feel, I don't care what Floyd Mayweather says, that he's fighting for acceptance. Now he's doing the exhibitions, right? You got people throwing flowers on the ground. You still have people out here criticizing, ridiculing him. A lot of people still haven't embraced him, and I think he wants that. You look at his career, man, with his dad. I mean, his dad, I don't think ever received Trainer of the Year. Rogers never received Trainer of the Year. That sucks. And they just have. I just think there's some voids in Floyd Mayweather's career. There's some voids as far as the accomplishments that he felt he deserved. And as a result, doing these exhibitions, he doesn't want to deal with that anymore, right? So let's move beyond that. Let's look at the fact that the fights that he's been taking, nobodies. After Logan Paul, really he's fighting nobodies, okay? But he's getting paid good money. But then he goes now and he fights Deji, right? Deji wasn't supposed to be any kind of threat, and he wasn't. But he gets in the ring with Deji. Deji's been training, and Deji landed a pretty good shot on Floyd Mayweather and bruised him up. Floyd, of course, if you hit him during an exhibition, he's shown that he will elevate on you and get you out of there, okay? Which is what he's done in almost every bout. If you try to hurt him or if you try to fight and get cute in there, he will respond. And that's what he did to Deji. But there's something that happened in that fight. Floyd got hit. Floyd would have never got hit with those shots. And when Floyd came out the other day, like 2 days ago, when Floyd said, and I pay attention to what he says. And I watch a lot of boxing. And I've been watching this boxing for a long time. Almost every big fight, even the small fights. And the reason why I watch a lot of boxing is, one, I'm a boxing fan. Two, I was overseas for a long time. And when I was overseas, I always watched it when I was in the States, but overseas, man, I had a couple of years where I was just by myself. And man, I would order all the DVDs, fights on everybody, and I would just watch fights on a lot of fighters. But what I'm telling you, with Floyd Mayweather, he didn't like the fact that he got his face bruised. But when he came out the other day, this is what he said. This is why I say it's over for Floyd, right? He said, when he was asked about how much longer he's going to continue with the exhibitions, when Floyd said, you know what, I'm going to keep doing this, but when I start taking abuse, if I feel like I'm taking punishment, if I feel like I'm getting hit too much, then that means it's time to call it quits. But I'm going to tell you, you know why he's talking about that? Is because he got touched by Deji, is because he realized doing these freak show exhibitions with Logan Paul, probably not to his benefit. In addition to that, he realized when he goes in the ring with these fighters, right, especially from going to Japan or other countries trying to do exhibitions, when those guys come in the ring, they come in there looking to get a feather in their cap by hurting him. All they need to do is what Deji did. Give him a contusion, bruise him, swell him up, black his eye. That's it. And they won. The rest of their life they can talk about. I did something to Floyd Mayweather no one else did. But no one's talking about the fact that this man's going on 50. So what I'm getting at is this weekend when he fights, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, this guy, what's the guy's name he's fighting? Aaron Chalmers, right? That's his name? So anyway, when he fights this guy this weekend, this guy is already talking about not letting Floyd Mayweather bully him and what he plans on doing to Floyd Mayweather. Let me tell y'all something. I think this weekend, if in fact this guy really is coming in there with the intentions on trying to get a knockout in an exhibition, right? We could see Floyd Mayweather deal with some adversity. Not because these guys are so much better than Floyd. No, I think Floyd should win, no problem. But if he deals with some adversity, it's because he's coming in ready for half a fight. He's probably coming in shape, half in shape. And these guys are coming there looking to, like I said, get that feather in their cap. And I'm going to point something else out to you. Word around town is that the ticket sales haven't been doing that great. Now, we know with Floyd, he gets guarantees. Floyd Mayweather's out here getting a guarantee. This is my price. Boom, guarantee it. A lot of times, all the money or half the money is already put in an account somewhere. Floyd's not going to play around. And then whatever they agree on pay-per-view, he's not worried. But his magic number, he gets that up front. He's not stressing, okay? But I'm going to tell you, when you see those ticket sales drying up, if this event was to lose money, right? I'm telling you, the word's going to get out and it's going to affect him going forward with exhibitions. Because let's be real, people. How much longer can Floyd Mayweather just go around here fighting nobodies? You know what I'm saying? It's getting to a point to where it's almost, ridiculous. Now, I think he should get as much money as possible. But at the end of the day, unless he wants to fight a Jake Paul, who's going to try to knock him out. You know Jake Paul a little bit crazy. He's going to try to knock him out. Unless he wants to go and do these freak show exhibitions like fighting a Mike Tyson or, something else, right? He's got to think outside the box because this just ain't cutting it. Now, I do think this is a great opportunity for a guy like Adrian Broner to kind of step into Floyd's shoes and take over with the exhibition bouts. I personally think that's the route Adrian Broner should go. But for me and Floyd, we're going to see how his numbers look. We're going to see how he gets treated. We're going to see if he takes any damage this weekend. And we're going to see if he really looks and sounds happy after the event. Because I'm going to tell you what, people. I was talking to a guy one day. We're talking about money, right? And I was saying, money creates a lot of convenience, but it doesn't make you happy. And I said, but don't get me wrong. If somebody was to put $10 million in my account, I would smile. So in that sense, it would make me happy. I said, but that doesn't cure your problems. It doesn't help you with whatever stress and anxiety and mental health issues that you're dealing with. It can create some convenience. It can help to get your mind off of things temporarily. But no matter how much money you have, no matter where you go in the world, your mind is always there. You can't leave your mind behind. You can't take that 10 million, 50 million, 100 million and go get a new brain. I mean, Floyd got close to that, getting that hair replacement. You know what I'm saying? That little chia pet thing he had going on. But you can't leave your mind behind. And I think with Floyd Mayweather, man, there are a lot of things that weigh on this man's mind. You got to look at with everything he accomplished in boxing. They still won't get this man credit. His dad, his uncle, I don't hear nothing about his grandmother anymore. I don't know if she passed away or what, but it's been years since I heard anything about his grandmother. You look at his mother had ups and downs. You look at the fact that he has 4 kids. I think 3 of them, the kids were by the one woman who he ended up going to jail as a result of whatever happened between them. She ended up dying from a drug overdose. And then you look, he can't go anywhere by himself. Wherever he goes, he has a large entourage, he has bodyguards, he has to pay. And I'm going to tell you something. I would question if those bodyguards have genuine love and admiration for Floyd, or if it's just business. We're here to get paid and do a job. You know what I'm saying? And how sad is that for him to be arguably one of the greatest boxers, offensively and defensively, right? Ever, right? And anywhere you go in the world, people disrespect you. People have things to say, want to throw things at you. But he created a persona. He created this Money Mayweather character. He played his cards right to get himself in position to make gazillions of dollars. He did that. I'm not sure he actually weighed the cost of going the direction of assuming the villain role. He decided to assume the villain role. And I'm going to tell you something. Most people don't like villains. Now, is Floyd Mayweather a good person? I don't know. But I would tend to think that guy you see with his kids, and ever since they were small, hugging them, kissing them, how positive he speaks about them, talking about what he wants them to go and accomplish in life and trying to put them in position for that. That same guy you see there with his little grandson and working with his little grandson, understanding his daughter's situation when she had the ups and downs with that rapper guy and had the kid and was fighting the rapper guy's ex or whatever, the whole thing with the knife. You know, that's a lot of things on this man's mind, but you look at how he handled that. You know, I think he has good in him, but I definitely think he has a lot of stressors in his life. And I seriously, man, you know, would worry about him. You know what I'm saying? Could only imagine what goes on in his head when he's alone. It's got to be a lonely world. When you go outside your house where you're safe and you feel you need to have that many people with you because, you know, majority of people who come across you don't have good intentions. You know, that's horrible. But that being said, we're going to see if this continues. If ticket sales continue to suffer, if he takes abuse this weekend, I just think at some point Floyd's going to have to figure something else out. He's smart. He has smart people around him. I'm sure they'll be able to create something, another means of generating a serious revenue. But I'm just not sure the exhibition circuit is going to be around much longer for him. In order for it to do so, in my opinion now, I'm sure he can go to a lot of countries. There's a lot of countries with famous athletes, famous, you know, combatants. And he can always set up some kind of freak show thing with those guys. We don't know them, but the country knows them, and they'll get the support and they'll get the money behind the event. But I think for Floyd to really make serious money and to get the people in the country that really should matter to him, his home country of the United States, to really get people behind him and kind of want to root him on, he's going to have to get himself involved in some kind of freak show type of exhibitions, because just going out here, traveling across the world against the nobodies, you know, I think some people are getting tired of that. But for me, I'm going to say, hey, get your money, Floyd. I'm not knocking him. But I just think it's coming to an end. Something just don't seem right. I mean, hell, Floyd Mayweather, my understanding, he didn't even show up to the weigh-in. You know, it could be some mind games, but, you know, it is what it is with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that being said, got to take my hat off to him for what he's been able to do since he's retired. But I'm just telling y'all right now, in my opinion, I don't think the exhibition stuff is going to be around much longer. for him, but I do think other fighters will come and pick up where he left off and be able to make some good money. I'm hoping Adrian Broner is able to do it. But that being said, like and subscribe. Consider donating to the channel. Leave, at a minimum, please leave your comments below, and let's have a conversation. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.